Welcome everyone to an awesome match between CoolUmbrella as the Dark Elves against Blitzen as the High Elves. This battle took place on Eschen with the Duel of the Ages. So if we move forward here into the front line of the High Elves, we can see quite the small one indeed. 3 units of the White Lines of Chase here for the armor piercing and 2 units of the anti-infantry rangers. In the back, we are going to be having the hybrid Lothran Seaguard. 1 here with shields, 3 without, but of course all of them here are going to have those spears to deal with that cavalry. In the back, we are going to have some Illyrian Reaver archers, very good missile cavalry here, 90 speed, 140 range, and of course here fire whilst moving, making them very good tools here up against the Dark Elves. In the back, we're going to have the elite Lion Chariots of Chase, 80 armor, as well as that 30% missile resistance, making them very tanky. Anti-infantry and armor piercing with that 70 charge bonus, making them very good up against all levels of infantry. So for the Lord Choice, very expensive here. We are going to have Eltharion the Grim on top of Stormwing. He will have the Fang Sword of Eltharion, Tempest, Soul Quench, Apotheosis, and the Shield of Safri. A really cool army, a nice toolkit, and a great legendary lord, making a really fun and exciting army. But here for the Dark Elves, we are going to have 3 of the anti-large dread spears, also including the Hellebronai with those poison tips. And we'll have 3 units of the Bleak Swords to complete the front line, with also 3 of the Blackheart Corsairs. Good armor anti-infantry, very good up against rangers, and also those spears. In the back, we will have 3 of the armoured Cold One Knights with the bonus first large and armour piercing. They're going to be great support here alongside Malekith. He'll be here on a Cold One as well with the Gaze of Malice, Stand Your Ground, Soul Stealer, and Power of Darkness. On each flank, lightly armoured cavalry here, 2 units of the Dark Rider shields on the right, and 2 here on the left as well in the trees. Very good with their 92 speed, also shielded as well, making them perfect counters here to the Illyrian Reaver archers. As we can see here, if we do play, we can see, unfortunately, pressing forward a little bit too quickly is going to be the Dread Spears here. They do have silver shields, so they do negate 55% of incoming missiles by their shields. Unfortunately, they're going to be too far away from the rest of the battle line. What I'd like to see is this 30% here on top of the hill. I'd like to see it drop back a bit and allow the other 70% to catch up and try and see if we can hit this line together. There's only 5 units of infantry here, but 9 for the Dark Elves, so we can really creep around the sides here and start shutting down the Lothran Seaguards. We also have more cavalry, and it's going to be a much more elite army here from the High Elves. So I'd like to see the Dark Elves really surround and also make sure that they can force the engagements that they want to here up against the High Elves. Now we can see moving forward here, we are going to have the heavily armoured Cold One Knights, but if you do throw enough stones here, or arrows in this case, you will dent armour. And as you can see here, they are going to be taking damage over time. Massive volleys coming through here into the Cold One Knights. They do have silver shields, but they are going to be facing in the wrong direction, so they're not going to be getting that missile resistance. As you can see, Storming is going to be aiding this right-hand side, and it looks like he is going to be casting a spell. Soul Quench coming down is going to hit. Looks like it's going to be 36 going down to 35 models here, so not too much damage there from those Winds of Magic. But to support the left-hand side, we are going to be having the fast Illyrian Reaver archers. Moving over is going to be the Dark Riders, and we have some here at the top of the trees as well. They're going to be waiting to pounce when we get to all 4 together, I imagine. In the front line here, we can see spears fighting up against the rangers here with the dual swords, really carving apart in the front line. And as we can see here, it looks like the Hellebronai bro going to be fighting up against rangers. And look at that, knife and butter comes to mind here when we see the chariots just pushing through that front line, deleting spears here from the Dark Elves. Coming forward as well, we're going to have the good mid-tier infantry Blackheart Corsairs fighting up against the high infantry White Lions of Thrace as they come spinning and cutting each other down here using all their good armor-piercing weaponry. In the back, we can see that the cavalry is going to be hopping onto the Lothran Seaguard in the back, doing some really good work and shutting down these ranged units that are so key here to the High Elves. Cavalry, unfortunately, going to be getting caught. 3 against 1 unit of range is a little bit overkill here, I think. I'd rather divide and conquer, get some more of these Cold One Knights around the corner, and shutting down more of these Lothran Seaguard. Over here, we can see perfectly using Stormwing. We're going to be using his terror to get into the front line, and we are going to be terrifying the infantry here. Blackheart Corsairs and also Dread Spears do not have immune to psychology, so they're very easily terror routed here by Eltharion and Stormwing. In the front, we're going to have some great support here. The triple Cold War Knight supported by Malekith, really punching through the front line and deleting that elite infantry white lines of chase. Supporting here as well, we are going to use the Black Ark Corsairs. Looks like they are going to be leaving the range alone. I don't know if that's too much of a good option, but it looks like they are going to be dogpiling in, and it looks like we also have Murderous Prowess. So we are going to be getting those increased stats here. Stand your ground as well as we do fight up against Eltharion the Grim. Eltharion has been caught in a very wrong area, and he's going to be getting slapped by Malekith with 81 melee attack. Excellent stuff. Looks like it has forced him to pop Fang of Tharion, giving him that physical resistance and armor piercing. Apotheosis as well to aid, but unfortunately I don't know if it's going to be enough. The damage has been done. It does look like here the White Lions of Thrace are trying to come in to try and aid and help him escape. But with that damage, balance of power is going to hold in the middle, although the infantry is going to be winning here for the moment by the High Elves. The infantry is coming back in from the Dark Elves, and as we can see here, all three are stacked. Divide and Conquer here is much better with a wider force, but these three second on top of each other could appear to be a problem as we have the Terror coming in. The White Lions as well, on top of their chariots, going to be charging straight through the line, and look at that, just absolutely no problem with going through all three units, destroying them here. That Terror as well is going to be so painful. All of them are going to be dogpiling on top of Tharion though, and it could be very difficult for him to get out here. It looks like Apotheosis going down again to heal himself, but Balance of Power is pulling into the High Elf favour. Some big wins coming out here, and also all of the range in the backline is still going. In the middle, we do actually have Malekith here, up to 68 kills, performing really well here, just chomping down and karate chopping Rangers, and also White Lions left, right, and centre. In the middle, still going, is going to be the White Lions of Chase. They're going to be doing some good damage here, continuously cycle charging, getting some good value here in the pocket. 2 units left here of the Illyrian Reaver Archers moving in with the Dark Rider Shields. They're going to be charging to their doom as they do try and fight and take down the Skirmish Cavalry so that their Dark Elves can win today. 2 units going to be pounding straight through. One is going to break, but the other Dark Rider is going to collapse and get a nice surround here and hopefully can get some good damage. Shots coming over the top here from the Lothran Sea Guard as they fire through, killing every model of the Dark Elves until they break with some excellent fire support. In the back here, we can see the White Lions of Chase are going to be chasing off the Black Ark Corsairs, Dread Spears, Bleak Swords. The entire front line and cavalry corps here from the Dark Elves is going to be breaking. On the screen, at least 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units are going to be breaking all in one go. Balance of Power apparently is even as Malekith is just so healthy. They're going to be popping into the back here, shutting down the range units of the Lothran Sea Guard. As we can see, wavering the White Lions. They're going to shatter instantly. The front line really is struggling here. And we can see in this mid-stage of the game, 6 minutes in, we are going to have the Dark Elves pushing off this backline core, as also the High Elves do the same. They're going to be using Eltharion as well as the White Lions and the Skirmish Cavalry here to push off all the broken units off the edge of the map. And the same here for the Dark Elves, showing some very, very good late-game management. We do have a very healthy unit of Lothran Sea Guard here. They still have spears. They could do some good work up against Malekith, but they could struggle here up against the Black Ark Corsairs. We need to divide and conquer here. Get these Dread Spears. Try and see if we can push some units off the edge of the map. Some are following suit, and they are going to get pushed away by the units coming through as they are broken. But we do actually have some Cold War Knights back on ground. 10 units there. 7 here as well, and some Dark Riders coming in to aid. Dark Riders are very good, cheap units to have in the end with 92 speed, making them very good at clearing out all broken chaff. Shooting here, looks like we have some Lothran Sea Guard. That could be a mistake. They are going to get charged from behind, and that is more than likely going to break them with a negative 14 leadership from being attacked in the rear. Very nice work there from CoolUmbrella. And as we can see here, he has his Malekith fighting up against the Lothran Sea Guard, breaking them here as well, alongside some Dread Spears and these Black Ark Corsairs. Just going to be carving apart the range units here in the back, and they do stand no chance. Some really nice work here in the middle. It does look like Blitzen is going to be clearing up crew as we have Tharion the Grim and the Illyrian Reavers with the White Lions of Chase coming back into the fixture. Looks like we are going to be losing the White Lions as well as some Rangers here in the back. These units are more than likely not going to be seen again. Couple of units of the cavalry are going to be running downhill charges here into the Lothran Sea Guard as we can try and clear up and have a final big battle. It looks like we do have a healthy Malekith, and battered and bruised is going to be Tharion the Grim. He still has some healing capacity, but I don't know how many wins of magic we have left for some apotheosises. In the back here, we have the Bleak Swords. They're going to be getting on top of the hill. They are going to get ready. They do need the height superiority. We do have, actually, the cavalry superiority here from the Dark Elves, but it depends if the Coldborn Knights can survive. If they stay close enough to Malekith, maybe the leadership support could be enough, but Terry here is more than likely going to win the day. Looks like we do have an Apotheosis back on board. That is going to be healing him very close up to the top. 480 worth of healing is really, really nice, especially for 4 Winds of Magic. Coming back up to the top, so it looks like we have some Blackheart Corsairs, 3 Dread Spears, some Bleak Swords. It's going to be tough here, I think, for the Dark Elves. Balance of power is in the High Elf favour, as Thoron is just so healthy. They're immediately going to pick here on the White Lions, and it looks like here we do have another Soul Quench. Oh, Soul Quench does hit Malekith. I can't help but think that Apotheosis might have been better for the White Lions, but perhaps here Soul Quench was enough to get the damage on Malekith you need. He is going to have 65 melee attack. Looks like Soul Stealer goes down and catches everything on the battlefield here from the High Elves. That could be really clutch here. Balance of power is starting to come back to the middle, as we can see, showing just how beneficial Soul Stealer can be. Looks like here in the back we see the Illyrian Reavers are going to be struggling. They have broken the Bleak Swords. Very weak are going to be the White Lions of Chase, and flying high in the sky, trying to avoid combat, is going to be Athorion the Grim. As we can see, he does swerve down. He does hit here up against Malekith. He is going to be using Power of Darkness, which will do damage to himself, but he will get Winds of Magic in return. So we have broken the Lion Chariot. It is going to be Malekith here fighting hand-to-hand up against Athorion the Grim. He does have support here of the Illyrian Reaver Archers. We do actually see a Gaze of Malice go down as well, trying to see if we can break the Illyrian Reavers. They're actually going to charge into some Dread Spears, but does Malekith have what it takes to take down Athorion the Grim and also Stormwing? Going to be some big fights, some big hits going down here, and it's really going to be defining the battle. Balance of power still in the High Elf favour. He's going to be fighting here up against the cavalry, and that's the last chance he has. That's the last card of the deck to play his Illyrian Reavers to allow him to get in the sky for another charge. Both are going to break. One is going to shatter, so it has to be mano on mano now. It's going to be Athorion the Grim straight up against Malekith. Does he have what it takes is the question. I'm not too sure. This is a real dice roll here. Malekith does have the stats on his side, but of course here we do have the awesomeness from Athorion. He's not called Athorion the Grim for nothing, but it's so down to RNG now. Big hit going down on both sides. It is so close here right to the end. 1.3k here and 1.9 for Malekith. It looks like we do actually get the Lothran Seaguard back in the side here. Lothran Seaguard going to be shooting up against Malekith. It's going to be 1.3. In come the Dread Spears as well. Balance of power shifting into the Dark Elf favour now. Some really, really great late game management. 600 health for Athorion. It looks like here Malekith with a clutch stand your ground. He will fight, he will shatter, and that is a win here for the Dark Elves in an amazing matchup. Excellent game between these great players, and well played to Blitzen. As we can see, 91 kills, 2,200 damage value from him. Brilliant work. 84 kills for 817 damage value. 515 for the White Lions of Chase. 104 kills for 904 as well, proving just how strong they are. As you can see, 560 with 280 here for the Rangers. We got 601, 780, 970, and 750 here for the Lothran Seaguard. Some nice work from them with 220, 514, and 970 for the Illyrian Reaver Archers. Bit of a shame there, 220 and 514 really coming undercut. Both of those will cover 1 unit, as they are 700 each, but still good performance nonetheless with 185 kills, 1.2k here for the Lion Chariots. And really good clutch win here from CoolUmbrella. It looked like for the whole battle it was against him, but he does come 131 kills for Malekith. 4,800 damage value. So much win here from Malekith, showing that you do not need Marathi here to win. Excellent stuff. We can have 414 for the Bleak Swords, 220, and 270 as well. We got 470, and it's like 313 and 392, with the ROR here coming with 296. So for the Blackheart Corsairs, 388, 630 and 680 as well. Good performances all round. 650, 140, 430 and 620. I really like Dark Riders. I think they're very good for what they do. Lightly armored cavalry is really strong in the current meta, and sometimes you can see these getting 800, 900, even 1,000 damage value just chasing off units and being the general pain that they are. As you can see here, for the Cold One Knights, 485, 740, and 574 here for the 3 units. Not quite performing at their cost, but still doing very well nonetheless. An excellent game between these two amazing players. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you do, please smash that like button, and maybe drop a comment down below about what you thought as well. If you are new here, you can think about subscribing. That would really help the channel. And do go down into that description and check out my Discord. You'll also have all my other social medias, but on my Discord, you can see all of my single player and multiplayer content, as well as join all my leagues and tournaments that I offer. If you'd like to see a video here on the channel, you can leave it there on the Discord as well under replays for casting. And other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care.